Greetings everyone and welcome back to Rimworld and of course to the town of Stygian Sanctuary where Katie is currently hopefully being tended to. Really actually super low on that. Wow. Okay, we're probably going to need to get you some better bionics at some point in the near future. Now, one thing I would actually like to have a look at is the Bionic Brain Stimulator. Let me have a quick look at these details. Actually, it gives a bonus to consciousness. Improves consciousness fits all animals. Wow. That's much better than the human one. Because this has no limit on consciousness. It actually makes them better at everything they do. Okay, well, then I think we're going to be getting one of those as well. It requires 500 silver, though. That's fine. It is well worth it. We are going to make Yoko the very best Yoko she could possibly be. And then we're going to start working on the other animals, especially the ones that we intend to take with us on the caravan. But as a couple of people have mentioned, it's going to require an awful lot of food. And I do want to address one thing. I am so sorry to everyone that I gave false information to in the very last episode. Just to clarify a point, and thank you very much for everyone who corrected me. Sometimes I will accidentally trip over my words and I'll say one thing when I mean another. That's very typical when I'm looking at numbers, for example. I might be thinking in my head 5, but I'm literally staring at the number 3, so I say 3. Very Monty Python. But in this case, I simply got the crops the wrong way around. Rice is, in fact, the most sensitive. And I think corn and rice are both the most sensitive to the quality of fertilizer on the floor. Potatoes are the least sensitive. So in just regular crops, plant potatoes. But on any areas where you have put something which is a very high fertility, grow rice or indeed corn, because it is very much better for you. So with that in mind, actually, you know what, I'm just going to let all of this grow as it is growing. But do keep that in mind because it is going to be fairly important in the future. Now, I would like more floors because I would actually quite like to pop down some slabs there, and yes, a slab there so that people can stop losing their minds. There's actually quite a lot of things I could do in here to move things around that I think would be really, really good. One thing that quite a few people have actually suggested, and I really should have bore this in mind thinking about it. Let's do a slight adjustment to this plan down here, shall we? I'm thinking something along these lines would be rather good. We're going to go ahead and expand this out in such a way that it all connects up. This way we can remove these walls and have the geotherm providing quite a lot of heat to the rest of the structure in here. Unfortunately, one thing we're not going to be able to do initially is because we've already built the geotherm. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pull the geotherm down briefly, roof this entire area, then rebuild the geotherm so that the heat is in there, because we can't actually access these tiles anymore to build a roof. So do keep that in mind, because from the way the people were talking, it appeared that they felt that we should just be able to build that and then we'd easily get the roof and then all the heat would be enclosed. No, unfortunately that's not how it works, and you'll probably be a little bit confused for a while as to why all of your heat was leaving when clearly you've got the geotherm in there. It should be hotter, not colder. That would actually still be considered an access point to the roof. Now, actually, maybe we'll have the geotherm right up against this wall, thinking about it, simply because that way we can have this there. We can have the path continuing down, which I'd like, to be perfectly honest. Or alternatively, we could just allow this to be an entry point. There is that, thinking about it. Yeah, I'm going to go back on that idea. I'm going to go back on that one. Let's draw this out. We could even actually have this wall going all the way across. We could have some batteries in here, in fact. We could do quite a lot of things in here if we strictly wanted to. And then we just have a couple of exit points out into the world beyond. I think that is a rather good idea, if you ask me. So let's get that set up right now. And also, we'll pop that in there, I guess. Oh no, what have I done? Diamond blast. Let me get that sorted again then. There we are. But yeah, we'll just have a couple of exit points, I think, which would be fairly useful. Let's have one there. We can have one over here, for example, and one here. In fact, we can just stagger them all the way down. That actually works out quite well. Later on, we'll expand this area out and it'll all be glorious, I think. Dark Aavak grabbing some of the nitroglycerin. I approve. Okay, things are generally going fairly well down there, and we even have some time to continue expanding out all of the tombs over here, though we've only got 3 tombs available. Not the best of times, not the worst either. Let's check the art on this. This piece is shaped like a pike. The scene seems to take place on the outskirts of a village. The image seems to express God. Sure. Actually, that seems fitting, I guess, in a way. The piece bears an image of a maid playing blackjack with 4 thatchers. A lemur lies in the lower part of the image, and the very dynamic structure of the image almost conflicts with its abstract style. Okay, we'll pop that one in there as well. And we've got a couple more still. On this work is the artwork of a dancer moving to the right holding a rifle. The subjects are in front of a plane, while the overall composition is very dynamic. Sure, we'll get that one in there as well. This area is actually starting to look really, really quite lovely. Ooh, a masterwork piece of art. Let's have a look at this one. Beat number 9. On this piece is a depiction of a needy father wearing a belt, and the style is classical with Baroque elements. 6 brewers lie at the left part of the image. Sure, we'll get that one installed right there. This place is going to actually start looking really, really good. Really good indeed. Right, that will be daylily straight away, because it's the default plant always. Right, things aren't going too terribly bad so far. We will get all of this set up before too long, but right now we actually need a lot of these things drawn up there. Let's get those hauled urgently. Oh, something looked like it was about to happen. The game seemed to be thinking really hard about something. Glad it was nothing in the end. How are things going? We're actually getting a lot of Devil Strand. That's good. I would very much like you to haul all of this as a high priority. Same with the corn and everything in it. As long as I keep up with the hauling priorities, things generally do move around fairly quickly. What have we got? Animal leg, lung, animal leg, ear implant leg, lung, and leg. Right, where is Yoko? Yoko, my darling, where are you? Let's get you bionicized. Let's have a look at you. Right, you've got 1 animal lung, and that's on the left. So let's replace the right. Install right lung. You've got a left ear. Let's install the right ear as well. And do you have your liver? No, you do not. So let's install the liver too. Oh, this is fantastic. Yoko, you're going to be so powerful. Right, Dark Aavak, can I get you to prioritize treating Yoko? Thank you very much. Really, is that the best medicine that she can get? I mean, there's better medicine up there, but oh, it's for anesthetic, of course. Of course, go ahead and use that for anesthetic. We don't need super amazing glitter world anesthetics for our operations. We just need them to not be awake anymore. Though honestly, I think Yoko's tough enough to be able to take it. Especially if it was Dark Aavak. If it was anyone else, she might try to rip their faces off. But Dark Aavak she trusts implicitly. Let's see. Output going quite well. I like it. Ah, it's glorious. All of these and their own little dedicated batteries. Now, with that in mind, we'll probably put in some more batteries and maybe even some circuit breakers down here. At that point, this little place, it doesn't really need to be there, strictly speaking. We could even pop it in there, just actually have the generator in there. Maybe pop down some new power generating structures here and there, here and yon. I think it will be alright. We're generally going quite well for the time being. How are we doing over here? Again, generally quite well. Alright, well, fairly happy with things as they are, though I would like a weed light. Oh, we've got the coloured lights. Amazing. Let's pop a few just at certain locations. There we go. I am seriously considering changing this and getting some of the growing areas up here hooked into the geotherm for heat. Or maybe just taking all of this away and just moving all of our growing fields down here and just pushing out the land and then building walls. But honestly, that would be a massive undertaking, and we're probably not going to be here that long. Let's be honest with ourselves. What are we currently researching? We're researching advanced bionics, which means that at this point, we could go ahead and place down the ground penetrating scanner. And I think that might be a good idea. Let's pop in a ground penetrating scanner. We could also pop down a long range mineral scanner down here as well. Yeah, let's actually get those hooked up. I think that will be quite fun. As for over here, starting to expand out a little bit. So we're going to start seeing some better opportunities for us to move our crafting rooms down there, which is rather good. Keeping all of our metalworking stuff around here seems reasonable, frankly. It seems more than reasonable. How's everything going with Yoko? Let's have a quick look. You've almost got everything installed. Should have 2... What? Yeah, you've got 2 lungs. Oh, for a moment there, I thought you'd install the same lung again. But no. You're all good. We're going to get the liver, and then all that remains are the 2 kidneys and stomach and a brain, which we will get to. Oh, this is amazing. Yoko's going to basically be immortal. She's going to be immortal before Aavak is immortal. My goodness. That shows the love between a man who may or may not be utterly evil and his Warg companion. You've just got to cherish the things that can understand you when you've got a mind like Dark Aavak, frankly. Because heaven knows no one else is going to understand him or actually want to. Right, I'm going to continue digging out more of the area down here. Not specifically for the slate, though. I mean, we do want it, but... yeah, we've got enough at the moment, but I'm just more or less just clearing this out because it's going to slowly drive me nuts. We could also poke our head in there, whatever room that is. But, other than that, really want to continue exploring and try to find some more steel because we are going to need it. Oh, yes. Oh dear, we've got a cold snap and a raid. A group of mechanoids, actually. Okay. 3 scythers, 3 centipedes. That's actually not a bad deal for us. It'll in fact come in quite handy. Okay, we did a little bit of hunting outside. We're just waiting for a bunch of the animals to perish, and then we'll be able to do a little bit more gathering of food. I'm actually thinking that we need some meat in here because this is generally the room where all of our huskies have to go for noms. And if we don't have any kibble down here, then they don't get anything. Let's just have a quick look at our raw foods. In terms of meat, this is a critical priority. It's only accepting human meat, and that's actually it. We'll also accept insect meat for obvious reasons. It's a double fridge. I don't really want to send that much meat down there because it's so useful to us as a group, but having some kibble would be very useful. Honestly, the kibble would be more useful for the huskies and... Well, no. Thinking about it, probably not. Okay, we're going to set up a small area in here. Purely so that we can... we're also going to uninstall this because I would like to put a red light in there. But we are going to have a tiny stockpile right at the back. Right there. And this will be for huskies. Husky food. Actually, we don't want it to be that large because the problem with the stockpiles is if you make a large stockpile, they'll use a large stockpile. We don't strictly want that. But we do want 2 tiles just in case. Just in case there's nothing else for them to eat. So, with that in mind, what type of food do we want to give them? And we do want it to be a critical priority. I'm going to actually say it can be any type of raw food. Any type of raw food at all can go in there as a critical priority. So those two points should be kept full most of the time. Let me just have a quick look. Have I opened this one up? No, I haven't. Good. Right, so actually, I did make this available to the huskies. Generally speaking, I would prefer it to be something only taken from there. But it should go there first, generally speaking. This is important. Good. So it should go in there as a priority. And with that said, let's actually make sure things are being prioritized. There we are. Right, so the mechanoids are on their way. And what we need to do with that... Oh, they're already dead. Good. I would like our animals to be restricted to... actually, home. You guys can just be restricted to home for now. I don't think you need to go elsewhere. And for everyone else, yeah, same. Just home. Just do your work inside the colony, but don't go outside of it for me. You can just turn the turrets on, in fact. Let's get those active. That should take care of everything for us. There we are. Just clean that place up, you know how it goes. And grab the corpses if you have to. Enemies are right there. So if you can go and grab that one, that is good. You've drawn one along. I approve. Janina, you are pulling back for now. Okay. Cold Snap is a pain in the bum, though, because all of that is going to go down. But we'll have to see how this works. Got a lot of damage being done. Those steel deadfall traps. Always make them out of steel if you can. I mean, if you don't have the option, then, you know, do whatever you can to survive. But it's so good. So good. The amount of damage these traps do. I mean, these are centipedes, and one of them got taken out. You might even see the second one go down. No, unfortunately. But it's left sight center and left hearing center are messed up. Now, hopefully, Petunia does not go this way. Oh, this is such a bad time for you to leave. So bad. Please walk around the turrets. Please don't be thinking of going down this way. Why are you walking in front of the turrets? Guys, really? If you die, it's your own bloody fault at this point. There's one down. Come on, let's keep it up. It's a very inaccurate weapon, thankfully, but it may still be able to do a bit of damage. Yeah, it's going for our Kaya. No. Naughty Kaya. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Crisis averted. Glorious. Alright, get these hauled out as well, please. And you just need to be murderized. There we go. Perfect. And the animals can go back to being drunk huskies. And the people can go back to being allowed anywhere they want to. Actually, Yoko, please be on unrestricted. There we are. So, not much time passed, actually. That little problem there. We have slain a large number of boar, though we've still got a couple out there, interestingly enough. I think I'm going to leave those ones, though. I don't particularly like wiping out an entire group of animals that come through here. I feel that is not a wise idea in the grand scheme of things. But let's get all of this back if we can. We're still ongoing with the mining. It's going to take a little while. We've got a lot of stuff to haul. Currently, people are focused on hauling all of the bricks. But Dark Aavak, will you go finish off the centipedes for me? That would be grand, because then we don't have to worry about them anymore. And this one, please. And that one can be moved around as well. There we are. That'll bring us in a little bit of extra everything, actually, which will be very, very grand indeed. How are we doing over here? Still working on the bionic kidneys. Probably lack the Devil's Strand right now, I'm going to guess. Let's have a look. Got a little bit of the Devil's Strand. Oh dear. Yeah, which group lost that? It was this one. That's fine. We've got more things to actually keep that flowing than on the circuit to the south, so that's okay. We've got some milk and we've got some rice in there for the huskies as a absolute need. KD. Wow. I literally put that there for the huskies, Katie. You know I put that there for the huskies. It's not even like we're in a difficult situation. We've got loads of meals. Katie is a massive jerk. Additionally, you may notice that my crafters are actually moving around, and as a result, I've left this door open. They're just occasionally repairing things, or what might look like repairing. They're actually maintaining them. I have put in a mod which now requires that anything that might... oh no, what happened? Atlas, what did you do? You were trying to install a leg. What have you done? Oh, actually, you did stab her in the right rear right foot hoof. So that makes kind of sense. But what did you do to her body? Did you just suddenly... Oh, I know what it was. One of the Muffalo Carters came up behind him while he was doing delicate surgery on Dune to install the last bionic animal leg and just nuzzled his calf. And it spooked him. And he just flailed around manically for a moment and just sliced into Dune's midriff. I really hope you didn't harm Dune's unborn baby. But at least you were trying. How could you predict that a Muffalo calf would take that moment to decide that you needed to be nuzzled? No. Okay, hopefully someone is not carrying you to a crypto sleep camp. I can put animals in there? I wonder if... No, what are you doing? No, please. What are you doing? What are you doing, Rhapsody? No. You heal first, and then we turn off. Yeah, that is cancelled for now. You don't do that until they are well. My lord, that's brutal. It's like, yeah, you're probably gonna die, but yeah, look, I've got a job to do. Okay, I'm on the clock. Ah, my lord. My lord, my people are just savage. Savage they are. A raccoon has gone wild. I'm not particularly worried. I'll be honest with you. Not worried at all. I might even actually send out someone to go, Dark Aavak, why don't you just go and kill that raccoon for us? There we go. That'll be fun. We've got a couple of visitors. They're just chilling out, enjoying themselves. Are you naked? I mean, you may be naked and enjoying yourself also. No, you've actually got cloth pants. They're just very... Well, we don't see their pants, which is a bit of a shame. But it does lead to sometimes a very, very confusing moments. Right, Atlas, where are you up to? You're trying to improve relationship with Errol's faction. Good, actually. But I would actually prefer you to trade instead. Now, we've got a lot of everything we need here. I wouldn't mind taking those meals off you, though. I could sell some of the yayo. In fact, maybe I should start making more and just keeping a little bit of yayo around at all times, just so that I can make those trades, because frankly, they are actually quite useful. Let's get rid of those. Sure, as awesome as that Muffalo wool hat is in terms of heat, probably not particularly useful to us at this stage. This one, that is an actual really, really nice. Let's have a look at that one. In terms of like defense, it gives 7% blunt resistance and insulation against the cold. How much does apparel offset or wear as a minimum cold comfortable temperature? You can go to 13.5 degrees lower than normal from wearing this one item alone. That's amazing. Also reduces your heat tolerance by a little bit. Only a little bit though, which is actually impressive. I was expecting that to be a bit higher. Is there anything else I really want to get rid of? You know what, let's actually shed some of the not quite bad, but no longer pristine items as well. Do we have any... Yeah, the miniguns can go. We'll definitely get rid of you. And one of you, because we don't really have that much room to wiggle with the amount of money you have there. The pump shotguns we're going to keep. Frankly, I do like them. There we go. You can have that. But I am going to increase the amount of yayo we make. I'm going to have 5 yayo at any one time. I know. I had a really good reason for not doing that before, but I would like to keep it up a little bit. Let's keep it up to 5. If we have someone who goes nuts for yayo, then I'll deal with it at that point and have someone haul it into the vault and away from dangerous hands. Yoko? What the dickens? Oh, you were fighting with balls. That's fine. Yeah, you know... Yoko's got to have fun, you know. Where's Dark Aavak? Have you murdered things yet? You're heading down. Okay. Yoko, where are you off to? Are you gonna go and pick fights with wolves? Yoko's just in one of those moods today. Right. Finish off the raccoon, please. Womp. Thank you. That can be brought back. Dark Aavak, I think we should go and fight with some wolves. Let's bring Yoko as well. Yoko, we're going this way. Come with me. Damn it, Atlas. To be fair, though, it's my fault for telling you to do it while she was pregnant. I can't put the blame on you, really. Right, okay. Dark Aavak would like you to melee attack the Arctic Wolf. This will be a bit of an interesting fight for you. There you go. It's trying to get revenge. Good. It's got... wow. Yoko... Yeah. Yoko got really angry that it had actually managed to rake its claws across Dark Aavak's eye and literally just tore the wolf's throat out. This is why you make your wargs bionic, everyone. Those bionic animal jaws. Actually, do you have that? I'm not even sure I've given you bionic animal jaws yet. I have not. Well, don't worry, I'm making them, so it's going to be great. All right, let's go down and attack this wolf as well. And let's see how long it lasts. Probably not going to be that long. Right ear's already been ripped off. There we go. How about you? Just a couple of scratches. Actually, that one managed to scratch you in your torso, so you are actually bleeding. But it says no imminent danger. If I was losing 12% of my blood a day, I would consider that imminent danger. Granted, I mean, I don't know. I have no real idea how quickly you replenish your blood, but having an open wound that is leaking 1/10 of your entire blood a day seems like it would be more than a scratch. Maybe that's just me, but I consider that dangerous territory. Right, goodbye, Arctic Wolf. You too will be hauled. There we are. Dark Aavak has had a little bit of fun now. You can go back. seek some, you know, put a bandage over your arm if I were you, because you know you don't want an infection getting in there. It would be kind of sucky. Well, you off to Yoko? You're just resting. Why out here though? I was certain she was going for the turkey, and I was going to be pretty happy with that, honestly. Right, sister. Oh, Virgil's sister is on the way. The town guard. Nice. Or rather, the caravan guard. So much easier to just get back in there. No more steel. That is a shame. Oh, well, at least you tried. At least you tried. Let's have a gander. How are you guys doing? We'll actually get all these in. Hopefully you're having an awesome time so far. Oh, psychic drone. Every colonist of the male gender winces in pain. What a terrible time to have that happen. Also, no. How many times must I say no? Copy settings to all of these, please. Paste. All of these, please. Paste as well. And we should be good. But let's have a quick look. How do you feel about this place so far? Guest. Hospitality. Errol does not like enough of your colonists. Opinion needs to be a little bit high. Oh, right. That's to recruit. Faction goodwill, 79. Relationship damage when recruited, 30. Try to entertain. Yes, please. They seem to be pretty much enjoying themselves here. That one could be a little bit high. Oh dear, Atlas, what did you just do? Insulted Bash Kaya. Why? And now you're trying to make friends. Okay. Oh, it was probably just cultural differences. Didn't quite understand that. Yeah, made diplomatic conversation with Bakshire. Bakshire is excited about Atlas's proposal. Okay, well done. Charmed times 4. Well done. You made a mistake, but you recovered really well. Atlas, you are a natural-born diplomat. As you can see, getting this on the go. It's going to be a little while before we can move our things down here. And also, I'm going to need to figure out how I'm going to do the storage. I might take a little bit of a while. KD's on the verge of a serious break this time, though. Starving. Why are you starving? There's food just... Oh, yeah. You probably just came back from being insane. Sorry about that. Also, psychic drone. Sorry about that, too. Sorry you haven't got a better meal. Wow, I'm sorry about a lot of things, actually. I really do feel quite bad. Go and sleep for a while, then. What on earth are you going in there for? I have no idea. Oh, right. Fine shit. Yes, I should probably have... Copy these settings. No. Oh. Advanced Bionics. Marvelous. I approve of that. Let me just make sure these things aren't storing everything in the colony. There we are. Copy these settings down. I actually quite like these rooms. Though, someone made the really good suggestion. Have these outside the doors so that the filth isn't trapped inside the rooms. A really, really good suggestion. I'm not going to be able to incorporate it into this design at the moment. Really, the reason why I do this is because in a house, usually you have the doormat on the inside. Or in like an entryway. Or perhaps on a porch if it's a roofed porch. Not as common in the UK. And so I guess that's what I was going for, but what we have here isn't an entryway, it's the actual room. Yeah, not the best attention to detail there, I do apologize. How you doing, Dune? I think the other Muffalos were there just trying to huddle her to keep her warm. Oh, beautiful. The bond between Muffalos. It is a rare and wonderful thing to behold. Could we not disconnect that? I'll also make sure that this one is not being disconnected. Good. Everything else going reasonably well. We've got low food at the moment, which is terribly frightening considering we've got ridiculous amounts of food available. Gonna need to deal with that. Atlas, are you awake? No. Wilson, you are awake. Go and have a quick talk with Richard, please. Also, we need to choose our next research. We could go for synthetic skin. It'd be glorious because we could get rid of any scar tissue then. And ultimately, that is really what we should go for because it's the final thing for our prosthetics research. We've done so much. We're going so well at the moment. I'm really, really happy. Now, since we have the ability to, go ahead and pop a red light in here. In fact, we're going to have 2 red lights because red lights. Red lights in that room make a lot of sense. This one's going to be going. Uninstall it. There is a mod that allows you to just switch these things around whenever you want. And that is such a good mod. The lights are just, they have different bulbs and you just flick the switch and it switches which light it's using. So good. So good. We need all of your mortar shells because we're running out. I would also like... don't Do I care about United? Yeah, I actually do care about United Medicine, sure. I'm going to basically sell any primitive weapons. As far as the spears and the swords, I like them, especially if they're high quality. If they're a bad quality, or even a normal quality, they can go. Steel is not the best one for us to have. Good though, don't turn down a good quality steel tool, basically. That is shoddy. That is atrocious. No. No, we don't actually have any of those. No, actually, we're doing reasonably well. The heavy SMG, let's be honest, we're not going to be using it. Same with this one as well. That can go, even though it's a superior one. Everything else seems to be reasonably good. We got an amazing one there. Wow. We are pulling down the prices here. Quite nice. We'll get rid of that since it's rubbish. The shield belts, yeah, they should go. They're rubbish also. That one's actually good though. Oh, that was because it's this. Very well. And we could also offload a couple of statues if we want to. Wow. Let's have a look at this one. Beauty 385. A desirous murder. I really wanted to read that as disastrous, but it's not. It's desirous, which is even what it's Flurgles, isn't it? Yeah, it's Flurgles. Oh my goodness, Flurgles. This piece bears an image of a boomrat being killed out of bleak necessity. The boomrat's eyes are rendered in a realistically lifeless fashion. The scene seems to take place on the outskirts of a borough. The image seems to express death. The artwork relates to the killing of the boomrat on the 9th of August, 5507. That was a remarkably sensible piece of art. I've got to be honest, everything about that art made sense. It was in the right context. So despite it being, kind of a grim piece of art, I think this is possibly one of the best pieces of art that Flurgles has ever done. Nothing about this art was weird in any way. Well done, Flurgles. No wonder it's worth so much. Sure, we'll sell that. And we'll sell the limestone large sculpture as well. Just, to make money, because, art sells really well. Thank you. That was actually quite good. Get a couple of things there. Marvellous. Where are they? Oh, they're out there. Well, damn a blast. Actually, having these nearby is not a bad idea. How's everything going in here? Have we actually got that many guests? There aren't enough beds? Wow. That's impressive. Frankly, quite impressive. KD, once again, on the verge of losing his mind. Not a great time for KD, I'll be honest with you. I would like to get these hauled in if we could. I'd be super happy with that, actually. Maybe I'll allow my huskies access to this room. It's just such a pain when they eat my food. No, for the time being, I think. Well, see, the thing is, they are so much faster at hauling stuff for me. And I've got a lot of them, and it takes a lot of stress off my other colonists to allow them to do it. Not too happy in here, though. Is this not being sewn? Yeah, it is being sewn. Horror story's on her way. Phew. Little bit concerned about that, I'll be honest. I was a little bit worried, but it looks like everything is going to be all right in the end. Let's get these set up, and then get the last little bit done in here. We're almost finished with this little area. Oh, that's nice. That is nice that we're going to have that all wrapped up. Over here, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Honestly, I don't think that being a farm makes as much sense anymore. Once we've got these set up, we're going to probably move all of our farming down here, and then we can just redesignate this entire block into something useful, like more rooms, and then we could move this into a storage room, maybe make more of this into facilities for work in some capacity. Yeah, I think that would be pretty solid idea. Dark Aavak, how you feeling? Are you still resting up? Let's have a look at you. Nah, you don't need to rest up anymore. Please go and butcher the everything. And a combat supplier. Okay, trade ship passing nearby. Is anyone awake to talk to it? No. Okay, well, we'll have to wait until morning. So let's speed time up. I've actually allowed a lot of time to just go past at the meandering pace of the lower speed levels. Sometimes, honestly, it's really nice to play that. I do try to remember to keep it in a faster speed, just so that we get more stuff happening in the videos when I'm actually recording it. But when I play it myself, I'll quite often run an entire colony through 1 or 2 times speed, just because it's a really chilled out game if you let it be. You can play it a lot faster, and it's a much more tense and active experience then. Even if you use pausing, things seem to happen more, and there's a lot more action going on any particular moment. But it can actually be a really chilled out game. You can definitely still have it chilled out whilst on the high difficulty levels, in my opinion. I guess that does depend on relative familiarity with the game. I'm not going to say it's skill, because it is generally just familiarity. Are you familiar with the game? If so, then you're going to find it easier to play. Skill, there. Let's not use that term, because it's kind of dismissive of people who just aren't used to the game. Let's see. We want all of the medicines. That's going to be quite an expensive amount there, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm going to start selling more things, frankly. Is there anything I can sell down here that realistically I don't need? Yeah, the frag grenades. Let's sell a couple of those. In fact, we've got frag grenades over there too, so we'll get rid of those ones as well. That's alright. Well, do we really need those? We're making our own. We're fine. We're really realistically fine. That is pretty good though. We'll accept those, so go ahead, bring those in. Flurgles, what are you up to today? What are you going to be up to today, I guess I should ask. Yeah, I think we're not getting enough done. Without our Huskies moving stuff around for us, we're really not getting enough done. So, Huskies, you're going to have access to the raw materials again. Now, that may mean you can store... if I'm going to give you access to this anyway, I don't even need this in here. There's a bit of an annoyance, but we'll get rid of it and get you to move things around. It may be something we resort to if we're in a situation where we have a dearth of materials. But for now, honestly, this is so much easier. Dark Aavak, you actually... Did no one bring it in? Wow. How annoying. Thankfully, stuff outside is going to stay fresh for an age because it's so cold. But looks like they were pretty happy. They'll visit again in a few days. They left us a lot of stuff. Meat, packed survival meals. Wow, they even left us some chem fuel. And some really nice medicine too. My lord. That was not a bad trade there. Well, just for a little bit of time spent trading with them, we actually got quite a lot from that. I'm really happy. We got loads of medicine too. This is really, really good for us. Really good. Ah, glorious. I approve enormously of this. Enormous levels of approval. Now what I would like is all of this to always be being hauled if possible. So as soon as it's ready, it should be hauled down and stored in the kitchens where our colonists can make use of it as quickly as possible. That would be ideal. What did you just eat? Whatever you just ate. You liked it. So, sure. Oh, no, actually, you took this down. Very well, very well. All right, the last thing we're going to be doing here, it's a bit of a meandering episode, but we need those every now and then just to chill out. We're going to have a blue light, I think. In fact, we're going to have quite a few blue lights just around the perimeter here. I could have some white lights in there if I really wanted to, just to try and make this a little bit brighter for people. But honestly, I don't think we need it. Additionally, now that I'm storing the corpses elsewhere, I'm really thinking that I'd like to move move this back down here. Yeah, I really would like to. Let's reinstall it down here because it'll be so much faster for people. Let's get that on the go. I know it's going to leave a lot of clutter in there, but it's fine. We can just prioritize move it and it'll be okay, and we can copy these things down then as well. There we go. Oh, that looks glorious. I like it. Starting to color code our colony. Our freezer is blue. Our human avatar is red. It makes sense to me. We could make these places green as well. Actually, that is actually kind of a cool idea. Yeah, just have little green lights in there. The rest of it, we're not even going to light, frankly. But those would be pretty cool. Oh, I like it. Color coding the colony. This feels good. Feels like I'm using my time wisely. Oh, yes. Massive yes. Well, yeah, okay, we'll let that go in there as well. Chop this down, chop these down. Oh, wait. So this one does have someone in it, doesn't it? Yes. In that case, we're actually going to uninstall this one. I'm going to have a red one there, showing that there's no one in this one. That these are active and performing their duty. You could actually set that up with switches if you really wanted to. You could have little switches based on whether something was generating power. For example, if these were turned on, then the lights would turn green. Yeah, could do. Might do, in fact. I think that would be pretty useful. We'll have a think. But right now, I need a bit of wood. And generally speaking, colony's just doing its thing. Doing its thing well, in fact. What are you up to at the moment, Flurgles? You're sleeping. Do you need sleep? Yeah, you do. Well, I don't know what you were up to before that, because this unfinished bionic animal stomach, I imagine, has been there for an age or more. Lung, legs. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We haven't really made a lot of progress. We've just had a bit of fun in the colony and just watched it work. It's like watching a little ant farm. It's pretty satisfying, in my opinion, though we do need to get that all sorted. Will you please stop sewing out here? Don't sew. Don't. It's way too cold. Stop sewing out here. We need to get these walls built long before we worry about that. But that's going to be it from me. So thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed a glimpse into the ant farm that is Stygian Sanctuary. And I hope you'll be joining me for the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.